guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thanks very much for joining me today. If you've had a look on my YouTube channel and on the Art Gear Guide, you will see that I've uploaded my first ever speed paint or speed drawn video of the Marvel character Black Panther. Now, the reason why I did that was I've wanted to do a speed drawing for a long time now, but I've just never really been able to do it due to my back and everything, because it's actually quite a long process, and it took me a long time to do it and then to put it all together, but nevertheless I got there. And one of the other reasons that I wanted to do the speed drawing is because I have these fantastic markers that I was given to review, and so I thought that doing a speed drawing with the markers would be a good way of illustrating how well they blend and how well they lay down and all different types of things like that. Sometimes actually watching somebody use the markers or the pencils is also a good way of showing how they lay down and how they blend and that type of thing. Now, one thing I want to mention just before I go through this review of the Stylefile markers here is you will probably notice on a lot of my videos that when I'm doing a review of a particular product, I try not to anyway, I try not to mention other company names in competing areas. So anyway, let's get on to this review of the Stylefile Marker. Now, the first thing is they're a German company. I know there's a lot of different markers out there that are trying to come into line with the really most well-renowned markers that illustrators use nowadays. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. And so a lot of markers are trying to either be better than those or at least come up to the same standard as those. And I think everybody, when they get a set of markers, they subconsciously or consciously, whatever which way you want to look at it, they always compare them to those markers. Now, the thing that I find incredibly unique about the Stylefile markers is, and the reason why I've done the Black Panther, and I'll be able to illustrate that for you in a second. The reason why I've done the Black Panther was because I got a lot of greys in the different types of markers that Stylefile do, and so I wanted to show everybody the different types of markers at work, and that was the best drawing that I could think of to do it. So as you can see, looking down here, there's 3 different color markers. There's the Stylefile brush marker, which is this one here, okay. Then there's the Stylefile all round, and I'll show you the nibs in these in a second. So the Stylefile all round is like a grey colour. The all round is their newest marker, so it doesn't have a big range yet in terms of colours. And the black one here is the Stylefile Classic. Okay, so this was obviously the one that they first started out with. So let's kick off with this one. So first thing you can notice here with these markers is that on either side, both the caps are color coded. I've got the color of the pigment that you're going to be using. On both ends as well, you will see a number which corresponds to the pigment that you're using, and the name of the color as well on both, like I say, both caps. Also, you will see that on one side there is, sorry, let me focus that in, a big dot and a small dot, and you will also notice that on where the small dot is, there's also like a light grey line, and that basically illustrates that this is where your fine nib is going to be, and this is the nib on the Classic. So it is like it's very much like the really fine detailed bullet nibs that you get on some markers. Also, another thing I want to mention about these markers, a lot of markers I find quite a few of them, the caps are really difficult to get off, but these caps are really nice at coming off. Also, you'll notice here as well that on the caps, on both of them, there's this little ridge which kind of prevents the marker from rolling around on the table for you. So on the other side of the classic marker, you'll see here, this is where the bigger dot is, and this has the famous chisel nib. So let me just, so you can see there's a chisel nib. Now I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you how these markers, the types of lines that they lay down and what have you. Now the next marker I'm going to show you is the brush marker. I'm going to leave the all round to last because I think the all round is amazing, and in conjunction with these other two markers, I think it makes the Stylefile an excellent choice of marker. So again, as with the classic, you can see here that with the brush marker, you've got this kind of like this very light grey barrel. Again, both caps have got the colour code on them, and they have got the colour name on them, and they also have the large dot and the small dot, which the small dot has the brush end and the large dot has the chisel nib end. But you'll also see here as well, as with the classic, instead of it being obviously a light grey band, there's a black band, and it is quite prominent. You can see it. It's very easy to see. Some of these markers, that when they come out and they try to make these little marks or whatever to let you know which is the brush and which is the chisel nib, they're very subtle and not very easy to see. So anyway, let's now this is going to be, a lot of people are going to want to know what type of brush this is, and with other reviews I've done in the past, people have gone out and they've come back after like a month or so and said that they found on other markers that the brush tip has frayed maybe, or it has lost its point and its accuracy. I can tell you that, as you can see with the speed painting, I used all the greys. Now this is the neutral grey number 3, and I used it extensively in that drawing. So I've had these markers for about a month now, maybe a little bit more, and you can see here the brush tip that I have, it hasn't lost its point, it hasn't lost its shape or anything. It keeps it. Now I know I'm going to go back on my word here and mention another brand, but the best way of telling you what type of brush nib this is like, I think it's very like the Winsor & Newton brush nib. It has a lot of flexibility to it. You can see here it bends over, but it goes straight back, and it is just like a brush, and so it gives you a wide range of marks that you can make with it. On the other side here then, of course, you have the good old chisel nib. Sorry, I'm still using the the neutral grey. I was using the blue one originally. So you have the chisel nib here on the end of that one. And now on to the all round. Now, like I say, the all round is their newer marker. It's exactly the same as the other two markers that I've showed you. You have this large dot on one side and small dot on the other. But these nibs are really unique. I haven't seen these types of nibs. Again, you have the colours and the colour code on either side of the barrel. This is kind of like a dark grey barrel for this one. But with this marker, the nibs are what is really unique. So let's go to the small one first. Now, this is like a fine liner marker, but it's like plastic. the tip of it is plastic. It's hard, but it gives you a really good, detailed, accurate nib for whenever you're doing thin lines, that type of thing. And I loved it when I was using it for the Black Panther drawing. It was amazing. And Stylefile sent me the neutral greys, all 9 of them, I think it is, 9 shades of grey in the brush marker and 9 shades of grey on the all-round marker. And it was just amazing. It was so easy doing that drawing with these markers for this reason. And then, but then the other side, the other nib on this one is a nib again I've never seen before on a marker. I've not really had the need or the call to use it, but it's kind of like a really chunky bullet nib. But it's really, what it is good for is laying down a lot of colour for the backgrounds or something like that. It just soaks up. Or sorry, I mean, the coverage this nib gives you is fantastic. So anyway, let's get on and let's do a little bit of line work, and we'll show you how these play out. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the all round. So this is kind of like the fine line, and you can see there that I will zoom in a little bit. Let me see if I can zoom in now actually. Okay, so the marks that this little fine detail nib give you are fantastic. You can see they're really fine lines. And then the other nib on the all round, I suppose I guess why they call it the all round. Again, it gives you a lot of coverage. And I'm using this, I'm demonstrating this on an A3 Stylefile Marker pad that they sent out to me, and the paper on this is fantastic. It's really excellent. Just let me move it around here a little bit for you. So you can see there that the coverage this nib gives is excellent. Now onto the brush marker. So let me move that to the side. And with this marker, like I said to you, there's a lot of flexibility in this brush nib. So I'm not too sure whether you can see it there, but you can see that you get that, you can push it down and then get that flick on it. And the point on this brush nib is fantastic, and it does give you really fine detailed work you can get with this. And like I say, you know, by all means go across. I'll have links down below to the speed painting or speed drawing, sorry, that I did using these markers, and you'll be able to get to see exactly what these markers are like in action. And now on to the classic. Now the classic has this tiny little bullet nib. Just let me move the marker up a little bit, or the pad up a little bit. So again, you know, you can get a lot of detail with this. This nib, and then as with the brush marker, and I never showed it to you, but I'm sure everybody knows what these chisel nibs are capable of. You know, they give you excellent excellent coverage, but the ink laydown with these Stylefile markers is amazing. And again, the best way to see this in action is to watch the speed drawing that I've done using the marker. So you can see there, it's a beautiful red. This is geranium, and it has this gorgeous, I mean, like the lay down on this ink is just amazing. Really good. Now in terms of, I've showed you, as I'm talking here, I'll be putting up the packages and stuff like that they come in, but in terms of the the sets, the numbers, the prices, all that type of thing. Let me just move this over again for you. With the Stylefile Classic, so that's the black one here. The black one and the Stylefile brush, they come in sets of 6, 12, 24, 36, 48, 72 and 120. So 120 is kind of like their maximum number of colours. But that 120 also includes 12 cool greys, 12 neutral greys and 12 warm greys. They've got an awesome selection of greys, really fantastic. And that's with the classic and the brush. And with the all round, the Stylefile all round, like I said to you earlier on, that's kind of one of their newer markers. And so with that marker, they only have 2 12 packs, main set A and main set B, and then they have the 12 neutral greys, which is what they sent me. And again, you know, those 12 neutral greys working in line with the brush greys, it was just so easy, it really was. Now these pens can be bought open stock for all 3 of them, and they also have refills. Now I haven't been able to find any of the refills on Amazon or anything like that, but if you go across to their website, which I'll have links for again down below, the Stylefile Marker website, they have a list of all the countries that they sell these markers in, and if you click on the country that you live in, they will give you a recommendation of the stores in your area that are going to sell these markers. And I should imagine then that you'll be able to pick up your refills. Now the refills are 25 mils, so you're going to get a lot of ink in there. And they on the issue of ink, they are alcohol based. Okay, so I know some people can't work with alcohol based markers because of the smell and stuff like that. I personally can't smell anything off them, but I do know that some people are more sensitive than others, and if you can't work with alcohol based markers, then you know, you may be able to smell something off these. It would be a call that you would have to make yourself, but so long as you know they're alcohol based. Now in terms of the pricing, I've got various different prices. The prices really do vary from place to place. So I've got some prices for the UK and some prices for the US. So let's take for example the a 12 pack of the Stylefile brush. Here in the UK they'd be £28, and in the US it's $37 for 12 markers. If we go right up to the top end of it, say like a 72 set, for 72 brush markers here in the UK, you're talking about 230 quid, £210, and in the States it'd be $429. These are prices that I got off some of the stores that Stylefile recommend, and some of the prices on Amazon as well. Now if you go to the classic, say for instance, they're a little bit cheaper. Roughly about the same actually. $37 for a 12 pack and £24 for a 12 pack here in the UK. Again, if you go up to say like the 120 classic, the black one here, it's $268 for 120 of them in the UK, and $324 for 120. The refills are normally £3.45 or in the case of the States $3.45 or $3.80. So, and then the Stylefile all round as well, roughly similar prices. For a 12 pack you're looking at £28 or $34. So that's the prices. But you know what guys, when it comes down to pricing, it really does pay to shop around. Certainly go across to Stylefile's website, have a look at the different stores that they are recommending. Anyway guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this review. I know I've been coming thick and fast with reviews, and I apologise for that because I normally try to leave a little gap between the review. Don't forget, in order to get to see these markers in action, go across to the the speed drawing that I have of the Marvel Black Panther character. The link for that will be down below. Or if you want, you can go across to the art gear guide and you will also see kind of like a progression of images that I always do whenever I'm doing a project. And so you can just see some stills if you don't want to watch the full video. Okay guys, don't forget you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all those other good social networking sites. If you go across to the art gear guide, you'll have links to them over there, but I'll also put some links down below in the description box. See you again next time, and I do have a load of reviews coming out guys, so just keep watching for those, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.